Just first question. I just want to ask, how are you feeling to be back on the stage in the LEC?
I guess today felt really good. It felt great with the crowd back and being settled on the stage. Yesterday was a bit of a different story though. I felt like I wasn't finding my comfort zone on stage. Like physically, I didn't get my setup correctly done, and I just was not really like finding my game in game either. So it was a bit of an upsetting performance for myself, and I was very content on improving on that for today, and I'm very happy I managed to and just show up big.
I mean, it's also first game, right? But I'm curious because you have a lot of experience. You've played in front of a lot of crowds. Was there anything like a bit of a stage nerves at the beginning? You know, just coming back and everything.
No, actually, it was more like just the setup was much different than it used to. Like they had different monitors and different like. Maybe I just wasn't used to playing on a stage after 2.5 years, but it all just felt like insanely loud to the point where I had troubles like thinking in game. So I was like, okay, this can't be happening on the next day, so I need to like get everything correctly done. And once it was done, like I felt just completely on home on the stage, and it felt very easy to like see through the plays and punish the enemy mistakes.
Yeah, you adapted, and now it's easy dub, as you see. So regarding this game, from what I noticed, team fighting seems to be strong side for Astralis. Is that the winning recipe for the rest of the split?
Bit like the durability changes, I think it's not that easy to like go for the split push kind of style, because the team fighting comps will always get the objectives in the end. So it's much easier to just play for like dragons and heralds and force a 5v5 fight. So I think it is right now the most rewarding way to play. But of course we are yet to see, like there are really good carry players in the LEC, so some of them will definitely show that this is maybe wrong. So yeah, I think the meta is right now just evolving, and we will see how it develops over the weeks.
Yeah, of course, we need some time to see it. But what about your decision to come out of retirement? Can you tell me what led to this decision? Was it reignition to the game? I'm not sure if you spoke about it before, but
yeah, it is a common question. Well, basically for me, I think I just didn't take good enough care of myself at the time. That season was mentally very stressing, not only for me, I think for the whole team as well. We didn't have the best environment, and after Words was done, I only felt like I just needed a break from the game. So I'm with that in mind, I'm now much more taking care that like mentally I'm always prepared. I take the breaks if I need it, so I'm not like overdoing it. I'm making sure that I'm just enjoying the game, and I don't lose this passion for it, because I think that's like the main driving force when someone comes back. That's the reason I came back as well, because I very much enjoy playing the game and I wanted to compete at the highest level again. I guess once you're a player and you compete at the highest level, then it's kind of like an addiction that you want to return to. But of course, not everyone can do it like for forever. But I still felt like I have some good years in me, so I wanted to make a comeback and reach new heights.
yeah, it's from the game, man, because you know League of Legends is just like a drug, right? Even though the normal players, everyone just eventually you go back to it.
Well, maybe solo queue is not that much of a drug, but the competitive scene is very good. But solo queue has
Punishment.
become a lot worse over the last 2.5 years. I can say that it's a lot worse.
Yeah, definitely. And so before you made the LEC return, you went through a small period of coaching with Mad Lions. You also had some time in DRLs. Can you tell me how did this experience? How did you grow up from this experience? So you then set up foot on the LEC stage.
Yeah, I mean basically the coaching opportunity at Mad Lions, I was not really anticipating anything like that. It just came out of nowhere, and yeah, I was like, okay, I have nothing to do anyways, might as well take it. Experience this side of esports as well, because it's much different, of course, from the coaches side. And it was really nice to return there already to the stage and see how the players are playing and the hype around it. So that was already very nice, but I always intended to come back as a player. And having made it to Worlds was also an unexpected opportunity. Although I would say I probably was not ready for it at the time, because I missed out on like so many competitive experiences. But yeah, so I ended up in the LFL, and I think I had like a decent showing there. Not completely outstanding, but I think a lot of it comes down to me finding my confidence right now, that I feel like I can compete with the top players once again. I think it's very important that I have this support that I have in Astralis, like both from all the players and from the coaches. I feel very supported, and even if I do mistakes, I feel like it's very learning oriented. Like we learn from the mistakes and not bash each other for it.
Of course. And you're starting to win now. Also, confidence grows with this. And
Yep.
you also are reunited with your former teammates, Zers and Kobe. Did that play any part in you signing for Astralis?
I mean, it definitely did. Like I saw that Kobe is already in Astralis, and I knew how much of a reliable carry he is. And now playing together with him, he has become even better than before. It feels like he just doesn't have bad games, so it is very nice to have him as like this reliable carry in the back that I can always just be sure that he will position well, deal out the damage he needs to, and I'm just ready to sacrifice myself for him in every single game. And I think that gives him confidence as well, that he can do his own thing, because we are just there to help him out. And yeah, with Serxa, it's just reuniting feels so familiar. It's like we are always on the same page, and if not, we can easily discuss what the problem was, and we get on the same page quite fast.
Yeah, bonding is way easier. I would imagine it was way easier for you guys. And can you share with me a bit about your new teammate, Jungkoon? I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly, but Jungkoon. So because people are not really familiar with him, but I would imagine you got to know him a little bit better. Can you tell me what type of a person he is?
He's a really funny guy. He doesn't know much English, so when he's like speaking a very broken English, in game he makes himself understood much better, and he understands what we are saying as well. So I don't feel like there is a big language barrier here. At the beginning maybe it was worse, but over like the last 2 months, since we started like training quite early together, just to make sure that we integrate him well into the team, I think we were just extremely open towards him, always helping him out. Like whenever we played games, we would give him the chance to share his feedback with the team through like the translator program. So I think we always involved him to the point that started opening up to us and showing his actual personality. And he's actually a really funny guy and very talented as well.
I mean, the Soraka showing yesterday was kind of good. You guys were down so much gold, and you were still in the game, right? Good effort. Yeah. Okay, I have one last question. A lot of people seem to place Astralis as a last place team, right? There have been some talks after the off season, of course. What can you tell me about this? How can you guys shut the critics?
I mean, just with gameplay. I don't think there is much point in arguing with that, because people obviously just look at results. Okay, Serx is coming from a 10th place team. Okay, previous edition of Astralis was 10th place. Okay, Vizicsacsi just playoff in LFL, not even EU Masters. So people are just looking at these results, but they don't look at the bigger picture of how people actually work together with each other. And I think that there is such a huge level of trust within our team is what makes us very scary. And like reuniting with Kobe and Serx, I think we are such a solid like basis that it's very easy to just work together. So I think there might be critics, but I think more and more people will start to realize that this is not the same Astralis as it was last split.